Here, this video is going to help us to work out one number as a fraction of another. The first thing you have to do is to look at your two numbers, like 12 and 18. Take the first number, 12, and put it on top of the second number, 18. Now you need to find something that goes exactly into 12 and exactly into 18. In this case, I'm going to divide both of the numbers by 6. So 12 divided by 6 is 2, and 18 divided by 6 is 3. So I've now simplified that fraction down to 2/3. Sometimes you might find it easier to simplify your fraction in more than one step. So if we have the numbers of 48 and 80, we put our 48 over the top of 80. And the easiest way to go about this might be to simply halve both numbers. So if I halve 24, if I halve 48, I get 24. And if I halve 80, I get 40. I can't stop here because it's not in its simplest form, so I need to keep on halving. If I halve 24, I'll get 12. If I halve 40, I'll get 20. I could still keep on halving. If I halve 12, I'll get 6. And if I halve 20, I'll get 10. And I can still keep on halving. So if I halve 6, I get 3. And if I halve 10, I will get 5. That's now in its simplest form. I could have done this question without so many stages though. So I could have had 48 over 80. If I divided by 6, if I divide by 8, 48 divided by 8 is 6, and 80 divided by 8 is 10. That would have taken me straight to the 6/10, which I then could have divided by 2 to get me to 3/5. So you don't always have to do it in one step. You can do it in one step, but sometimes you might do it in more than one step. That's absolutely fine. You just need to make sure that by the time you get to the end fraction, that it can't be simplified any further. Sometimes when we start, our units aren't the same. This one's in pence, and this one's in pounds. Before we can turn them into a fraction, we need to turn them into the same thing. I'm going to turn both of these into pence. So 20 pence and 100 pence. Once they're both in the same unit, I can do what I normally do and put my 20 over 100 and start to simplify. In this case, I'm going to use 20. So 20 goes into 20 once, and 20 goes into 100 5 times. I wouldn't have been able to start that question though until they were both in the same unit. So the pence stayed as pence and the pound had to swap to become a pence. We'll do one more example like that. So in this example, my units don't match. I've got 200 metres and 1 kilometre. To begin to compare them, they both need to be in the same unit. I'm going to make them both into metres. So 200 metres is in metres, and my kilometre is going to become 1,000 metres. Once I've got them in the same format, I can put my 200 over the top of 1,000. I'm going to divide by 200. 200 goes into 200 once, and 200 goes into 1,000 5 times.